Hi everyone, Harry here to talk about Hope Hicks's visit to the Manhattan DA's office in connection with the investigation of Donald Trump for hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. Okay, so in 2016 are the events that Bragg is now looking into. Remember, they developed them within the office. He didn't bring them, but now all of a sudden he's great guns to develop an investigation. And for my money, I think he was very abashed at closing up the case before. Took a lot of heat in the press. And I don't see him launching this investigation unless he's really intending to bring it. Of course, if no evidence comes in, it's one thing, but I think it's a pretty serious prospect. Hope Hicks is the seventh witness by the count of the press who have gone to be in the meet with prosecutors, and there is now, it's clear, an active grand jury. I don't think Hicks met with the grand jury because the watchword of a prosecutor is to know exactly what a witness is going to say before you put her or him in the grand jury. But why would they be interested in Hope Hicks? So a few reasons. She was, in the period in question, which is in the closing weeks before the election when this whole scandal broke, Ms. Fix-It for Trump. That was her role, and you can imagine what an ugly job that is. All the insecticide and fumigating tools that she had to keep in her closet. But that was her role in general, and obviously when the Stormy Daniels story broke, that is in her department. Second, when the day it broke, or the day it became clear that Stormy Daniels was seeking some payment, the hush money payment they eventually gave, she and Trump and Michael Cohen have a phone call, and so she's on a phone call involving the two of them. And the day after, Cohen wires Stormy Daniels the payoff, the $130,000. She and he have a call. Now she says, I wasn't present for any conversation about the hush money with Trump, etc. But that might be a cagey way of saying, I wasn't present, but I might have been on the phone. There's more than enough to justify talking to her. And remember, they've now spoken to Michael Cohen, who's the number one involved person from Trump world here, something like 16 times, but 3 or 4 during this new investigation. Cohen has made it clear that his next visit to the office in downtown Manhattan is to actually go into the grand jury and tell his story. And Cohen is the guy here, right? He's the criminal putative charges are not for the payment of the hush money, but for its misidentification, the old Trump tricks of just saying things to hide their origin. So it's either that they hid essentially a campaign contribution and didn't say that right, or just a general fraud. It depends how they characterized it. And we know that Michael Cohen already has gone to jail, did months, and then much more in home detention for these very crimes. So that's how you see him on TV all the time these days, understandably miffed that he went to jail for Trump, and but Trump hasn't gone to jail for Trump, and that underscores another theme here, which is, and it's got to make steam go out of Trump's ears. Who are the Manhattan DAs building the case with? Trump's formerly most loyal servants, right? Michael Cohen, Hope Hicks, and in Michael Cohen's case, it's clear that he's turned completely against Trump. Hope Hicks, it's unclear. However, remember, on January 6th, she was totally disgusted with the turn of events and was heard to say, now we all look like domestic terrorists, and also remarked about basically this is going to kill their professional prospects. So she certainly ended the administration in less than lockstep with her former boss, to whom she had been loyal. So that's another factor in the equation. Maybe that's something that makes her more likely to divulge. All she's been asked, however, is to tell the truth and not lie. The big part of the case, remember, what made Bragg close up shop in the first place? Michael Cohen is their main witness, and they thought there was real trouble building a case on the back of Michael Cohen. He's got credibility issues. He did time for it. He's changed his story a few times. You know, maybe a jury would now believe that he's now had the scales fall from his eyes, and this is the true account, but they are in really sore need of someone to corroborate Cohen's testimony in important part. That person might be Hope Hicks, depending on what was said on these phone calls, one with Trump and one with Cohen right after. So there you have it. It's moving pretty quick, this investigation, and, we're all focused on Fulton County. But I think the latest indication is we're a month or two away there. And more importantly, after the charges are brought, it's certain that there will be a whole bunch of litigation maneuvers that Trump will make that will keep it from coming to trial for a good period of time. So it might be that the Bragg case actually moves to the front of the class as the most immediate threat against Trump. And of course, in the backdrop here, and the most serious threat against Trump is the special counsel investigations by Jack Smith over both Mar-a-Lago and all the January 6 crimes. Okay, so there you have it. Hope Hicks waltzes into the DA's office 3 or 4 hours later, comes out, tells them, we're not exactly sure, but from their lights, they hope they were certainly hoping it was information that corroborates Michael Cohen and permits them to build the case involving the hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. We'll see what transpires, but it looks like it's moving at a rapid clip, as I say. So next time we have developments, I'll be here to talk to you about them. Until then, talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.